Hello everyone and welcome to a video introduction to the toolkit that you can see at the market, developed by myself, which is John Grunwell. So this is a video that's going to introduce everything in the toolkit that you get with it and give you a little bit of information in regards to it. I'm also going to answer a couple of commonly asked questions also at the beginning of this video. And basically the idea of this video is basically to show you guys what the kit comes with. So we're not going to go into much detail in regards to each specific section of it. I'm going to do a series of videos which go into all the different sections and blueprints and things like that, so it's not all crammed into one video. The video at the minute is just to kind of get you guys give you guys an idea of what is actually included. And first of all, we're gonna start with a couple of questions that have been asked in regards to it. So one of the questions that I was asked is when the multiplayer and matchmaking was going to be done. So currently that is a work in progress. It is something I'm working on and developing, and as long as there's no unforeseeable issues or anything like that, it should be finished in the next few days, and then I'll upload a new version of the toolkit to the Unreal market, which presumably will go through Unreal review again. Once that's done, then it will be included in the market for the toolkit. Another question that I've been asked is what the difference is between my toolkit and the CCG toolkit from Aaron Scott. Unfortunately, I'm not actually going to go into that. Aaron Scott, I believe, has a preview on his toolkit and a list of features, as I do as well. You can use this as an introductory video and a preview, and you can compare the lists. So with very little research, you can figure out exactly the differences, but I'm not going to speak about someone else's project. Another thing I want to clear up is at the minute I have a 2-star review for the average rating because one person bought the toolkit and he complained because it wasn't compatible with the mobile. And I wanted to clear that up because it clearly states on the toolkit that it is for Windows and for PC basically, and desktop platforms. It's not designed to be for a mobile platform. So why this guy bought the toolkit when he knew it wasn't for a mobile platform and then wrote a bad review about it because of that, I have no idea. I mean, it's not like you go into PC World and buy a computer and then complain because it's not a laptop, right? I have no idea. But that is the reason for the unfortunate 2-star. As far as I'm concerned, the toolkit is quite a powerful toolkit, and it is very, very good to help anyone build their own card game. And if it was really that bad, Unreal wouldn't have passed it through their review because their review is pretty tight. So now I'm not saying that you can't amend it or adjust it for a mobile, and that's one of the features, is that this is a very flexible system, so you could potentially amend it for mobile, but it doesn't come packaged ready for a mobile. So another question I've been commonly asked is if there was a support email. Now originally when I launched the toolkit, I did forget to add the email address for the support onto the description, so I apologise for that, but it is now on the toolkit description, and just for your reference, it's customer support at lucidinteractions.com. So if you send an email through there, I'll be able to pick it up, and that is used for support for the toolkit for anyone who has purchased it. Or if you want to ask any questions or anything like that prior to purchasing it, I'm quite happy to, discuss with you guys anything pre-purchased. If you was wondering if it can or can't do something before you buy it, or even give you a demonstration as such on how you would achieve certain things with it before you buy it. So if you have any requests like that, please send them straight through to customer support at lucidinteractions.com and I'll pick them up. So without further ado, I'm gonna just delve into a little bit about the toolkit itself and what it kind of comes with. So it comes with a load of different systems, from player leveling, from player profiles. It takes into account achievements. It has 3 AI difficulties. It has an AI deck builder. It comes with a handful of cards, an easy way to implement new cards. The list goes on and on and on. It also comes with a counter response system, different card effects and things like that. Now, as I said, this is going to be a series of videos. I'm not going to go into all of that right now. This initial video is just to kind of show you guys a little bit about more what it includes more than anything. So I do have a documentation link up at the minute. You can read through this. This has most of the things that come with it, but not everything. And the reason for that is because I wrote 47 pages, and I was like, okay, I'd rather do some videos now, because honestly I was just getting frustrated with typing and typing and typing and typing. But it has everything, or most things anyway. It shows you how to implement your own cards, add your own abilities to them cards, and it even gives you a breakdown of the different abilities and things that come with the card as well. So if you're curious about a bit more of what comes into it and the different abilities, card effects, summon effects, etc., you can get all that from the documentation as well. But I will also be doing a video to cover all of this as well. So first things first, if we go to the widgets folder and go into deck builder, there is a little hidden variable in the graph, and that variable is called AI build. If you tick that and you turn it on and you save that, what that will allow you to do is build decks for the AI to use. You can build as many decks as you want for the AI, and the AI will randomly select which deck to use, so it keeps the AI versatile as well for your game. So that is one of the options there. We come with obviously a playfield, sorry. There's the card designs, match end screen here. Now, I know at the minute there is not much art for the game, and that's because I developed the toolkit myself, and I can't draw at all. I would love to throw some artwork in here for you guys, but I can't. But I have tried to make it as easy as possible to add art to it. Now, for example, if we go to the card library where the monster cards are, for example, and we open one of these blueprints up, there is a variable for card image. So all you would need to do is import an image for the card and swap that image out for whichever image you've added. So it's really easy to update the art. Again, I do apologise, it doesn't come with much, but that's because I'm a programmer, I'm not an artist, I can't draw. I mean, I could possibly draw some stickmen for you guys and put that in. But it's another reason why I packed this toolkit in with as many features and functions as possible, because I knew I wouldn't be able to provide it with much artwork. So, to kind of give you a better idea of exactly what comes with this toolkit, so we've discussed the AI builder, which allows you to build AI decks. Another thing here is what we have is a player profile. So what this is it shows you your play level, your win and your loss stats, your current win streaks, best win streaks, total decks that you've built, currency. So this is in-game currency at the minute, and essentially you earn that through winning matches online or against the AI. You've got your fastest amount of turns that you've won by, and you've got your total dex 1. You also come with 4 preset characters. One's called Jace, and he gives all the cards a +1 to defense. One's called Cassie, and she starts the summoner with 10 extra health. You have Yanto, who gives all the cards an extra +1 to their attack, and you have Emily, who reduces all the cards cost by 1. You can add your own characters, or you can just remove the characters altogether. Again, that will be covered in another video, and we can go into a lot more detail about that. You could do some really cool things, like, you know, have someone increase mana faster, or, you know, allow them to have a free summon, or you can do ample things with them. But we'll get all into that in a later video. You have a player profile name and an XP bar, so every time you level up, this will reset back to 0, and obviously you'll have extra XP to get up before you can level up again. The point of the level at the minute is quite mediocre. I will be bringing out some more stuff later. I mean, the toolkit at the minute is a basic form that I'm going to continue working on and updating throughout. So there might be something like, for example, an arena that I may add to this later on, which requires you to be level 15, for example, and a bunch of other things as well. There might be some stuff in the in-game store which are level restricted, so there is a point to it, but it's quite mediocre right now. So along with this, you kind of get the ability to buy card packs. So this is the in-game store, and when you have enough money, you can buy a card pack, and you can go and open your card packs here as well and unlock cards. So there's a full integrated unlockable system with the cards at the minute that comes with the toolkit. Just to show you exactly what that means, is if we go into one of these blueprints, there is a option for is starter card. So what that basically means is, if you tick that, it means if you've unlocked no cards at all, it will be there still for you, because it's classed as a card that you start with as a player before unlocking anything else. So if that's left to false, it would mean you would need to unlock the card through card packs that you purchase by winning matches. So with that being said, what I'm going to quickly do here is I'm just going to go into the saved. So if you have the toolkit already, or you're looking at buying it and you want to, and it comes with saved files already, what you can do is go into the saved files and then go into save games, and you can just delete everything in here. And what that will do is it will delete all the options, all the cards, anything that's been unlocked, and basically reset the entire thing. So if we hit play now, you'll see I don't have any save stats or anything like that. So if we go ahead, we put our name in, and we say we want to be Cassie, for example. When it's from scratch like this, and you've got nothing, and you're only just creating your profile, and you click save here, it will take you straight through to the tutorial. So this is also something that comes with a toolkit, is the entire tutorial. Again, these arrows are quite terrible, but they're very, very easy to switch out as well. And basically, this tutorial system will essentially go over what the health is, the power, how you do that, the turns, how you find out whose turn it is, how you summon, how you attack, etc. So I'm just going to skip through some of this stuff. So here, let me explain these numbers here. One is the amount of numbers in the deck, not numbers, sorry, amount of cards in the deck. The other one is the amount of cards that the player has in their hand, and the third one is the amount of cards that they have in the grave. This kind of explains the counter response system, and this explains the different phases that you go through. And the little white box here explains the turn. So here it's asking you to summon, and it'll show you the attack and the defense of the monsters. It'll tell you how you can skip any phase or skip your entire turn altogether. So now it's asking me to summon 2 of the monsters, which is what I'm going to go ahead and do. And this explains how you can attack other monsters or the player directly, and it's wanting me to attack that monster right now. So as you can see, it also goes to the graveyard, and that also comes with it as well. So let's see what it wants. Ring of Fire and Sword of Justice. Okay, so another thing that comes with the toolkit is spell cards altogether. So for example, Sword of Justice, increase the cards by +4 +0. We can do that. We can add it to a card, and as you will see, it's now got 6 attack. You've got stuff like Ring of Fire, which will deal damage to the opponent directly. So we can go ahead and fire that. And there we go. Now, there's also different card effects that come with the toolkit, and this is kind of explained in this part of the tutorial. So you've got Drain, which basically heals you for equivalent to the monster's attack that has Drain. You've got Boost, which will essentially boost other cards in play, or it might even boost your entire deck by a certain amount. You've got Destroy Monster, which could be cards that will destroy monsters that are attacking, that destroy a random monster on flip, or destroy one of the opponent's monsters, any numerous different situations or scenarios that would destroy a monster. So it comes with this basic tutorial, and as I mentioned earlier, you kind of can go now and go buy card packs, because I have the money this time to show you guys. So just buy 3, and if you go to open, you'll now see this, and you can click on the card pack image itself to open one, or alternatively you could go ahead and click open all, which will open all of the card packs that you have available. And it will show you the cards that have been unlocked for you to now add to your deck. The toolkit itself comes with 3 AI difficulties, and the different difficulties will well, the AI will play slightly different. In easy, they might play a little bit dumb. Medium, they may play a bit offensive, a bit defensive, etc. And in hard, they're probably going to go more offensive, and they're going to really think about what they're doing. So we also have this, which is the options, and this all comes with it as well, and it also comes with a description of each option and kind of what that does if you want to turn it on or off. And as you can see, brightness, VSync, hints, detail level, all that stuff. You can apply, and it'll ask you if the screen resolution is correct, and if it is, click yes. If you wait till the time runs out, it will revert back. Another thing that you get in here is the ability to view card library. Now, this is basically a library of all the cards in the entire game, and it has all your power cards, spell cards, monster cards. It has, if we go up to monster cards, it has all your humans, your dragons, your mythic assassins, your undead, spellcasters, etc. You'll notice that some are black, like this one, and that means that it's not yet unlocked. So when you open a card pack, if you get the Illusionist, this will then be in colour because you've unlocked it then. The cards that are in colour, like Kingsguard or Iron Dragon, they are cards that you have unlocked and could potentially add to your deck. So Another thing that you also get in the toolkit is the deck builder. And here it tells you the controls for deck builder. And essentially, you know, you can zoom into the cards if you want. You can also have a filter system, so you could say monsters only, so you can view all the monsters you can add, you know, likewise with spells, and likewise with powers. So essentially, power cards are cards that you can fire at any time during the match. So let's say, for example, you have this card which deals 3 damage to your opponent directly. Let's say you finished your attack and you've ended your turn, and it's now the opponent's attack, and they summon a monster to the field that doesn't suffer from skipping its turn the first time it's been summoned. Then you realise he could wipe you out with that monster. So what you do is you play this card because it's only got 3 HP left and it would kill him. Because with it being a power card, it can basically be played at any time through the opponent's turn or your own. Doesn't really matter. Whereas with spell cards, they can only be activated during your turn. So for example, these equip cards, or you know, other cards that will damage a monster or damage the opponent's HP or force them to skip their attack or whatever, they can only be activated on your turn. And then obviously you've got your monster cards, again, which are monsters that you can summon. You also have ascending and descending here, so that can order the cards by the cost as well. You can also create your own decks here, and if you recall the option that I showed you in Deck Builder widget, where you have AI build on, you would notice that all the cards are unlocked, and you can add any card to the deck, and you can save that out. But when you turn that off again, they won't be listed in the deck names. That's because they're AI decks. They will only be listed in the deck names when you're managing the AI and their decks. And so you can add different cards to the entire thing from the cards that you've got, of course. So the minute we have a maximum of 70 cards that you can have, and a minimum of 30. So you can change them quite easily and make a minimum of 40, maximum of 80 if you really wanted to. Likewise, if for example you was hoping to try and get this onto a mobile platform, you might want to lower that down a little bit more to maybe 20 minimum, 50 maximum. Entirely depends on how you want the game to be itself and what you're kind of going for a little bit. So what we also have is a deck strength calculator here, and also the deck stats that you've got. So as you can see, I've got 3 spell cards, 6 power cards, 36 monster cards, and if you click on deck strength, what you will find is a checklist here that will show you where your deck is missing its strength. So for example, because I don't have 50 cards, that's why it's blue, not green. So if we add 5 more cards to the deck, no, can I add 5? Ascending. There we go. That's some spell cards. So as you can see now, this has gone to true. So you can save these. You can also customize them if you added too many cards, for example. So I can get rid of one of you, save this out. And as you can see, your decks are listed here. And these will be the decks that will be used for single player or online, when online features done. So let's go on hard. Now if we so that covers most things. There's also a lot of playability as well. You have a help section here. If you click on this, it will take you to Google. Again, just update the link to your own help website and it will take you directly to there. Likewise for exit, we'll exit the game. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to jump into the game. I'll go quiet a little bit while we parade through this one match, so I can kind of show you how everything is. So just sit back and watch for now. I may cut some of this play out because it may take too long. The match could end up being half an hour, for example. If that's the case, I'll probably cut some of the matches out. So don't be alarmed if you see some cuts in the match. It just depends how long it actually takes. For now, let's get fired with the match. Okay, so now, so what I did is I made it so that if I attack the opponent once, it would destroy them straight away. Now I'm going to turn that off now through the video, and we'll go through and do another match, so you can see a more fuller match. But originally, I did forget that I did that, so apologies for that. But essentially, I did that so that I could essentially show you the XP gaining, the level gaining, how you unlock things, and the achievements. But I forgot to add that on for the match, so just bear with me 2 minutes. I'll go make it so that they're not immediately destroyed, and we'll go through again. So yeah, as you can see here, we just set the health straight to 0, just because it was something I was wanting to show you a bit later, but I forgot to change that back for the match. So apologies for that. On the plus side though, it means I can show you the achievements and things now. So as you can see, it shows we got an achievement, and it leveled us up. And as you can see, we've got their XP, we've got the level, we've got win-loss, fastest win, 2 turns, we've got 1 deck, current win streak. All this has been now updated. And these are now the achievements that we have unlocked because of that one match. So, with plans to change that. So, now that they won't die straight away, I will let you guys sit down and watch this match again. One thing to note though, as you saw in the last match, I managed to summon some cards into attack, defense, and flip them as well. And in flipping some of the cards, fired off certain card effects which destroyed a monster, and other summon a card, and when I summoned one of the cards, it summoned a token monster. These are all the effects that are in the game and in the toolkit as well. So just to clear this up real quick, if we go into the spell card, you will see ample effects down here. So you have boosting cards, healing the player, destroying all the cards on the field, damaging all the cards on the field, destroying one card on the field, damaging one card, attacking HP directly, negating an attack, skipping an attack phase, drawing a card, removing equips, hiding cards. So hide cards, basically we'll take them out of play for one turn, then spawn them back on the field. We've got set attack and defense. So for example, if you want to, like a curse or something where it sets the card's attack and defense to 1, you can do stuff like that. Got heal, returning cards to the hands, returning all the cards to the hands, healing all monsters, returning all to the deck, removing one defense card. So that could be if a card's in defense, we force it into attack. We've got draw a specific card, and we've got destroying all the opponent's cards. So destroy all cards will destroy all the cards on the field regardless of whose they are, whereas destroy all opponent cards will destroy all the opponent's cards but not your own. Likewise, if we go to power, we've got, you know, boosting cards, healing, destroying all, damaging all the generic ones. We've got negating attack here. We've got returning cards to the hand. We've got draw multiple, damaging all the opponent cards, returning cards to the hand. We've got attack mirror on self, attack mirror on opponent. So just to clarify these two, attack mirror on self will reflect an attack back on the card that was attacking. An attack mirror on opponent will reflect that attack to the opponent. So if I launch an attack against the AI and the AI uses attack mirror on opponent, that attack will be reflected directly to my hit points. I've got force defense, so that that will force a card into defense. So for example, if you're wide open to attack and they summon a monster and they're going to attack you, you could force one of your cards or the attacking card into defense to sort of use a bit of strategy to avoid that attack. You've got destroy all opponent cards, return cards to hand, heal monster card, again set an attack. We've got hide and remove, so a lot of powerful generic effects and abilities are already in the card game as well. In monster cards, we've got boost specific cards, destroy random opponent cards, summon a token, removing defenses, destroy attacker, increase power, damage HP directly, draw specific, draw X cards, heal summoner, deck boost, and boost cards that are in play. So just to clarify, draw specific doesn't mean a specific number. Draw specific means a specific card. So for example, if I have I don't know, a fortress guard, and that will allow me to draw another fortress card and summon, then when I summon that card, I would use draw specific to draw a specific card, so i.e. another fortress card to my hand. Draw X is the amount of cards to draw, so the X is because it takes in a random amount, whichever amount you set, and it will allow you to draw that many cards. So the effects are all included in the toolkit, and they're ready for you to start using, and they are very, very simple to implement as well. If we just go quickly to a random card like this one, that is literally all there is to do it. So it's just a case of firing the function, setting the right variables in the class, and then firing the function from the child event. And that's as simple as it is to add new cards, new card abilities, new card effects. Granted, if you wanted an effect that wasn't listed, I don't know, let's say you wanted, to set the opponent's HP to 0, which at the minute that effect doesn't exist, you would need to do that effect yourself and then fire it. But as far as the effects that are already in the kit, they're very simple to fire already. So without further ado, I'm going to fire this up again now that we've fixed that one little issue. And what I'm going to do here is just have a match with the AI. Again, like I said, I may cut some parts because it may just be too long, but it will show you everything in the full power of the kit as well, because all the countering systems, all the card abilities, card effects, spell cards, power cards, level in XP, unlockables, all of that stuff is in the kit, as well as the playability. So this card has Drain, so this will heal me when it attacks, so we're definitely going to summon that. Another card with Drain, yay! Flip you to destroy a random card. And let's make use of the drains. Ooh, increase my deck by +1/+2. Sweet. Hopefully I can take 20 HP off him before he can take 62 off me, given all the boosts he keeps activating. Now, press silence in for one turn, hopefully. I should be able to just win this. So I just managed to just win that, thankfully, and get a little bit more XP. As you can see, I'm now level 3, yay. Apologies for a couple of the cuts there, the match was dragging on way too long. But as you can see, the full counter system works from both sides. Yeah, and this is everything the toolkit has to offer. From the in-game currency and in-game store, all the way through to the AI difficulties and the AI deck building, and the ability to build the AI decks yourself in a much easier way, along with all the options and everything else. I'm still pretty sure I probably missed something from that, but if I have, I apologise. And in the next few videos, we'll start looking into editing, adding cards, and all of that stuff, and all the stuff that you're probably a lot more interested in. Again, I do apologise that the artwork isn't too great, which is why I try to jam in as much features as possible for you. But I'm a programmer, I'm not an artist. If I was an artist and a programmer, I would definitely do some artwork for you guys, but it is dead easy to change and switch. As I showed you earlier, it's just changing a variable, and that's it. With all that being said, I hope this has been a useful video for you guys, and I will see you in the next video. This is John Grunwell from Lucid Interactions. Thank you for your time.